finally, that's followed up by you and me.
Ah, yeah.
Suns fan here with Cinderin. Gaming Gladiators versus Aster, best of 3.
I'm vibing in my chair. How about you? This is good. This is good.
They can't see us, but yeah,
mine. Lounger.
I still have this rigid chair that will not go back. Gonna have to fix it after this game. I think the handle's missing. I think you're right.
Ah, yeah.
It's the same chair. Yours reclines, mine doesn't. I get it.
Unlucky.
So Aster, kind of in a weird spot because they're eliminated already, but they still have a couple more series to play. And I mean, you typically when we talk about situations like this, we talk about if there's less pressure or not. I feel like they're not on LAN. I feel like there's not much pressure to begin with. I mean, this is a very prestigious tournament, yes, but I feel like these players are experienced enough that that's not really what the issue is with them right now.
And I mean, as much as they aren't on LAN in terms of like the arena and the audience, they are together as a team, right? They're all in the same place, so kind of, I don't know. I feel like at some point it kind of just either becomes a bad excuse or some major cope, right? It's just not been a good stage 2 for Aster, which is unfortunate because stage 1 went pretty well. And sometimes you hit downswings, sometimes you hit upswings. They are on the lower end this time around, but that doesn't mean you can't put on a good show for your fans. It doesn't mean you can't try to rebuild your confidence. And of course, for Aster, these are really much glorified scrims heading into the Bali Major. I believe they're playing there, right? I think Tsunami said that. I'm not making this up, right? You're confident they are.
I mean, I'm confident that Tsunami said that.
Yeah, okay, that does not make it right, but we're just going to say that was the case.
Sure, they're definitely going.
I don't remember the entire lineup of Bali by heart, but I feel like I would have also known if Aster didn't make it, because they have a tendency to make it out of China, right? So, yeah, this they have no reason to not, you know, play their best to win and rebuild that confidence and experiment with some new picks, which is what we're seeing here. This is going to be interesting to see Sumail on the Primal Beast. This is a hero that I think has been underrated this tournament, despite certain teams absolutely crushing with it, such as PSG, LGD. And I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more of it out of Gaming Gladiators, because I think Ace plays a beastly, no pun intended, Primal. But I guess
have we seen a lot of off-lane Primal? I'm trying to remember. The games that we've casted, I think it's only been mid.
Yeah, there's been... Whisper has played it for EG a couple of times in the offlane with mixed results, I guess. Maybe it's just not that good in the offlane. Maybe that's also what Gaming think, and I don't know how well-versed Quinn is with the hero, so they're going to be sticking to their guns, obviously.
That's
here with
true. It doesn't scream to me that it's a Quinn hero at all, actually.
What does scream is Queen.
Yeah, both literally and, well, literally.
Yes. Very good.
That's right.
Good one. We actually really need to stop doing that.
Yeah, I was going to try to stop, but now you did it, so I have to do it to get back at you at some point today.
Oh, no.
Monet is playing Slark, which is another hero that has been looked at as a potential... I mean, it's been picked mostly as the Medusa counter. What do you think of it versus the Morph? Kind of same idea to some degree?
I don't think it's a good Slark matchup. I've seen Monet on the other side of this matchup literally just crush a Slark. He just got Ags on Morph, turned into the Slark, pounced on him, and then he was stronger than the Slark because he has his agi, or his attack speed, right? I personally do not consider this a counter whatsoever. I think the best counter to Morph we've seen all tournament has been Anti-Mage. I actually think it's the only carry we've seen truly counter Morph. I guess you could argue the Ursa yesterday from Yatoro was also pretty good.
But so, yeah. 48% win rate, Cinderin.
Yeah, those two. The general counter to Morph doesn't seem to come from the carry position. It comes from playstyle, and it comes from the other roles. But yeah, carry to carry matchup, there's not many heroes that like that. Quinn taking an absolute stomping here, but obviously still doing very well in the lane. This is a Queen of Pain favored lane matchup. Opting to not even skill Blink, hasn't felt like he needed it.
Yeah, I always wondered about, this was something that they changed a little bit after the release of Primal Beast, but I feel like he is only level 3, but I think once he gets level 4, I would assume Uproar, the value level against Shadow Strike just seems way too good. I mean, the real issue is you're probably never going to be able to kill Quap without a teammate, but if you were to gank with a Shadow Strike on you ahead of time, no, but no.
I mean, like, you can also just use it to CS, right?
Yeah, you can push the lanes easier. Any damage over time onto Primal Beast, I feel like it can benefit you a lot.
Yeah.
And you can play around it. And he does take the value level here.
I don't know if I like Sumail going to that camp. I feel like that cannot have been good efficiency. He lost 2 or 3 creeps mid going for that camp. And now that he's showing up, he doesn't have any control of the lane equilibrium. So Quinn has uncontested been able to place the lane the way he wants. So now that's going to be on his hill. Some serious damage being
that
experienced.
was a very nice fort from Quinn. Sumail had full uproar stacks, and he could have killed that wave very easily.
Yeah.
But Quinn pretty much preventing it, which allows him to just continue to bully.
Yeah, instead of losing the wave, he denies 3 out of 4 creeps with 1 glyph.
That was very strong.
25 and 12 now.
Oh, XXS. I do want to talk about this hero, of course, but first, he might die.
Yeah.
It's XXS. A couple more. Oh, 1 impetus should be enough. Pops the wand, but it's not nearly enough. Celery with the first blood of the game. So, Axe picked in this game.
Yeah.
We've been seeing it occasionally. I feel like it's only Collapse. Is there anybody else that we've seen play
Not much. At least XXS is a very good Axe player, but
in this tournament, I mean, maybe he did.
Not much.
But yeah, what do you think of it in this game?
I don't know. It's another one that I'm not really fully sold on. So I was looking at the draft right in the beginning, and I was like, the panel was talking about Axe could be really good this game. He has the potential. And yes, while he does have the potential to solo kill Morph when he gets the Blink Blade Mail, he's going to have a rough time in lane. I think Enchantress is one of Axe's worst support matchups. It's high pure damage, it's from range, she can get a creep to harass you, and the one thing Axe desperately needs is a little bit of peace and quiet to get his Vanguard. So what you don't want to face is the hyper-aggressive 5 that just bullies you from the get-go. You're going to be constantly facing Impetus, you're going to be facing Adaptive Strikes, and if Celery comes in with a good creep, you could just die, which we saw before, right? So. Yeah. Off to a really rough start here, 17 for 3 on the Axe, 5 minutes in. It's not a good scoreline for that hero in lane, as it is very momentum-based. And we saw another team, I forgot who it was, trying to run the Axe into Morph. They killed the Morph 1 time with Blade Mail, but that was it. And when you don't get the initiation, Morph just eats you alive, so...
Yep, very true.
Very polarizing.
A little surprised they haven't started stacking for XXS, because that once he gets the Vanguard, that's an easy way for him to get back into the game. But so far, no stacks in the usual spots, at least. And the lead right now for Gaiman is pretty much Quinn, as he is forcing Sumail out of the lane. Level advantage in his favor. He's going to get the Power Rune, most likely, because it is Quinn, and it spawns right next to him, as always. And it's an Invis, so see if he can set something up. I think, is it level 8 when typically Quaps take Sonic Wave?
It varies. Sometimes you take it on 6. In this game, he's holding the skill point. All right. Aster will grab their first kill of the game onto Ace. Rotation from Sumail. Face off there, and a permanent Agi stack now gained from Monet will be nice. It all helps. I think in this game, there's actually merit to skilling Sonic level 6. I think you've got some really good rotation possibilities. You're a hero that can almost 100 to 0 Slark in a move. Just one blast off, and then you just burst him down. I'd like to see that from Quinn. And considering that he was holding his skill point and still is, I think he is keeping that option open.
Yeah, Celery being a big nuisance, wants to try to go for the 7-minute wisdom. The fact that it's taking 2 members of Aster to try to get it. Call is coming out. XXS, he will get it, but it's going to cost him his life. Quinn even makes an appearance as well. And Duraccio going to be A-okay. And of course, while that was happening, Celery traversed through the Aster triangle
try
and
to
spotted
kill Monet.
Yeah, well, does not have... Oh, he does have Sonic Wave. Just levels it.
Enough sticks and the pounce away.
Anyway, Gaiman, they're aware of the stacks now on Aster's side. We'll see if they try to contest it at some point. As Sumail able to get a nice kill in the mid lane on Tofu.
Yeah, Primal eats supports alive at this stage of the game. If he gets to isolate any support, we'll pretty much just kill him right away.
And those 2 kills and this bounty will bring him back into a respectable amount of net worth. He's only 400 behind Quinn, and he was getting destroyed.
Yeah, this is a pretty good result. And this is what happens a lot of the time with the mid Primal. Doesn't necessarily win its lane or do particularly well, but gets level 6, makes a rotation or 2, finds some kills, and recovers the gold that way. Now his phase boots. Arcane Rune is nice on this hero as well, of course. I mean, the one you really want is haste. You can just trample over people.
True. Of course,
at the very least, it's nighttime. That's also going to help.
There is an Enchantress who can just take it off immediately, though. As Quinn. Not going to be too worried about Sumail at the moment. It's going to require way more than just him to get that kill, at this point at least.
Tofu pinging out the ward. He saw that. While being chased away, he did place a sentry, but wasn't able to deward. And there's what you wanted for XXS. Not the biggest one, though. I think he wants to make this another...
Yeah. Sumail.
Bigger.
Okay, he's going to get Sonic Wave. Not quite able to get Celery, who will walk away. And his ult actually gets canceled as well. As Tofu being a big nuisance here. Sticky Bomb won't hit, but Sumail on the other side of the tree. Another trample is up. He can't even find himself a collateral here on Tofu.
Time to... The boys!
Their boys are coming for you.
Oh, the boys are too slow. They did not skip leg day. So they couldn't make it in time.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I was tempted to use my one-liner. I'm waiting for a better moment.
I'm so proud of you. Some serious character development. Less toxic by the day. Amazing.
Oh no, I'm saving it for a better moment.
Yeah, okay.
It's still toxic.
True. Speaking of toxic, Quinn, heading back to...
You see the way his visceral reaction to the person that walked into the room. He's quite the character.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And I think every team composition needs somebody like that.
So honestly, the reason that just came to mind was you're like, I'll admit I'm toxic, but I'll do it in a really good way, you know. And
yeah.
when it comes to Quinn, when he gets frustrated or upset in pub games, this guy's vocabulary gets put to use.
Oh yeah.
And it's vast, let me tell you. He has some of the more creative outlets of frustration. Let's call it that.
Yep, he
Creative
leads with the Saurus every night before he goes to bed.
When he's unhappy, definitely has a way with words.
Yep, hopefully he writes a book someday about his time in Dota.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But until then, he's going to continue to play well for Gaming Gladiators.
3K lead already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ace has his own stack. He's going to be taking. And the Helm of the Dom not too far off now.
Yeah, Aster don't have the best ways of killing an Overlord creep, so will be very useful this game.
Yeah, and just to show the difference, Ace is level 8 right now, still has a stack to go through. XXS level 6.
Yeah. And you could have made a case for Drums of Slom here, I think, actually. It allows Beastmaster to stand and deliver against both Primal Beast and the Slark, but he thinks that the Overlord is going to be better for the overall flow of the game Gaming Gladiators are going for, and I honestly like it too. I think you're playing with Ench, you're playing this strong mid-game lineup, might as well really double down on that aspect, push out the lanes, and look for fights, man. This lead is growing by the minute. I can't say I'm too surprised from a draft point of view that this is what's happening, but you were hoping for Aster to do a little bit better than this, at least. Sumail will be lifted, and call.
Nice call.
That's
with Primal Beast coming in as well. It's okay.
Why'd you call him Sumail?
You did.
Sumail's here.
Good one.
Duracho. Well, I don't know if they
yeah, they've used a lot.
They cannot kill this guy at
Sumail's
all.
ult will tickle him, and now Aster
Duracho.
have to run away. Gaiman, they do TP a couple heroes in, so that's one thing, I guess, from Aster's perspective that they
force him
to be happy with. But, I mean, we can just see the net worth lead is just continuing to grow. Gaiman very happy with the current state of affairs.
Worthy tribute.
And Ace just going to continue on to the Helm of the Overlord. And there's
top
the haste
net
rune.
worth. So you played Beastmaster against Slark, and your top net worth in the game. So...
Oh, this is a big kill, though. Monet does find Ace.
Players, it's the best.
Monet, though, will he... Oh, it looks like Sumail's going to be accompanying Monet to try to take out Duracho, but the Sonic Wave comes in, and Sumail able to get out of dodge for the time being. Sticky Bomb's going to slow him a bit, but he does have the haste rune, so I guess not.
Nice diffusal reveal there on the Slark. Gets the Beastmaster kill, gets the morph very low. Duracho definitely needed some big help there and got it fast from the... I keep saying Sumail from the Quinn TP on the Queen of Pain there. The
Just call everybody Sumail, you'll eventually be correct.
Yeah. Nice trample here from everyone else than Sumail. Farming out. They cut the lead by 2K there, so that went from 5 to 3, so...
It's the second game we're seeing
kill.
Blade Mail on Primal.
Yeah.
Is it the Ench?
There's some merit to it. Ench, Morph, Queen, decent.
It still feels weird.
Yeah, I'm not it's the one. I feel like it's the one trend we're seeing this tournament that I don't truly appreciate or understand. I think a lot of the other items and a lot of the other new tech makes more sense to me. But yeah, the blade mails have been, from watching at least, maybe it's different feel when you play, but they haven't seemed that impactful on anyone in any game. I haven't been like, wow, this blade mail is amazing in this one that we had at least. But
agreed. I miss the week that people were buying Boots of Bearing on Primal Beast. I think that item's so cool on it.
Good. It is good.
Now Dyrachyo forcing 1 TP here.
Trade of towers. Pichu also stole the bounty, or the wisdom rune, so that's a little bit of good news there for Aster. Snuck up there and took that, and their own is still intact, so they could get both of them at the 14-minute mark.
All right, there's the blink for XXS. Blade Mail will be next.
Yeah.
Very standard. Not the fastest, though. And you can see his farm about the same as Sumail, actually. So Sumail maybe just wanting to get something that's kind of small that can have some impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cost-efficient item, but the problem Blade Mail has is that depending on... Like, the reason it's good on Legion and Axe is a no-brainer, right? Because you can force people to hit you all game. So you have a way of keeping it relevant. The problem with Blade Mail later in the game is that this item kind of falls off because players will just not go on you. They will kite you. And they will eventually, a hero like Morphling will just have a lot of lifesteal, right? So it's going to be less impactful later down the line. But for right now, if the fights do break out, I think the Blade Mail and Sumail can be very useful because it makes it harder for Gaming to turn on him with their Queen of Pain and their Morph.
Yep, there's a call from XXS showing off the newly picked up Blink. No chop, though. Cast animation a little bit too long. The reveal was on Celery, though, so maybe not the best target, but at this rate, I think Aster will take what they can get.
Yeah, and most importantly, they need to get to work on this tower, right? That's why they made this rotation to begin with, so that they want to put on this pressure with their Pugna. Glyph will slow things down. A little bit early there on the blast. Actually still used it during the Glyph. Uncharacteristic mistake there from Pichu, but doesn't really matter. It's gone anyway. Monet will claim it. He's level 12. Echo Saber, Diffusal now working on Axe. Top net worth in the game on the Slark.
That's interesting. We have Dyrachyo actually upgrades to Hurricane Pike like right away.
Yeah, that's the Slark matchup.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He just wants to solve that. But yeah, that's very much faster than average. He's having a totally insane game, beating out the average by 12 minutes on the Pike.
Well, the counter to that, I guess, would be the Axe.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. The fact that it's that little slower than the fastest of the patch definitely goes to show that he is having a good game. Because the Morphlings will sometimes bite in the slot.
Oh, Roar, but the counter initiation from XXS. Sonic Wave, though, from Quinn. Not going to be enough to find a kill outright, but XXS knows that he's dead. So good turnaround from Gament.
Saving Private Monet, though.
Yeah, he wants to go for the Lotus.
He got it.
He got it. He's remembering. Remember the Lotuses. But yeah, Slark, I have to say, Monet is doing a very good job at keeping the net worth up. He's right there with Dyrachyo. He's going to show himself here as that impetus did quite a bit of damage, but luckily for him, he is Slark, so it doesn't matter once you're out of vision. And he has the Diffusal, Echo, and is going for Ags next, so very standard build. Wow. That's a fast blink on Baboka, though. Really prioritizing that.
Yeah, I wonder what the mindset is behind getting that item over alternative options here. It's like sometimes we'll see Rubik get utility items such as Glimmer, which in theory is a very good item against both Morphling and Queen of Pain. Or maybe you could have bought a Force Staff so you can help teammates out, but usually when Rubik gets Blink, it's because there's something in the game he really wants to steal. Oh, he piped too early!
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Dyrachyo, and he's going to pay the ultimate price as XXS chops him down.
He was trying to, I think he was trying to pike to not get hit by the pounce to begin with, but ended up going even worse, because then he got connected on afterwards. Tried to be as fast as possible, was a little bit too fast. I think the dagger on Rubik might be against Beastmaster, actually. Just really wanting to steal Roar. Could be a thing.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
sure.
Maybe he wants to steal Sonic.
Monet tanking it up here. As the blast off from Tofu, well, he's going to get telekinesis during his TP. Lots of mines doing a considerable amount of damage as Siamese Cat here to help out. The butler is always available for Aster.
Yes, smash.
No, we're not doing that again. One day, if we do like an alt, no, I'm trying to think of a scenario.
Deny the tower. Deny the
There's actually that. Oh, they got the tier 1 top. That was also at like 1 HP.
Yeah. They're not denying mid. I don't know if they didn't. They might not have noticed that it was this low because it's literally just one hit from an inch creep. She can just send down a little friend.
I mean, the lead has gone down now. This is very even.
Absolutely.
Ace hasn't really been involved too much. Still just farming away. Has the helm of the Overlord and is going drums. Very farm-heavy game for him.
Yeah. Dyrachyo. His death on the morph there is worth probably 1 to 2, like 1.5 to 2K, I would say. Because first of all, there's the kill bounty, but also all the farm that he's missing being off map is the best kill that Aster could have possibly found. And it is starting to create some distance here between Monet and the others. He's now ahead by 1,000 against the morph and the beast. And I mean, as much as I said that the morph matchup isn't good for Slark, that is contingent on Ags. When you don't have that yet, I think the Slark actually fares very well.
That's cool. Stolen mines to help get the Tormentor started off, and then they abandon it, of course, because they realize they have no damage between the 3 of them.
Oh, well. There was an attempt.
And it will be back up to full HP here.
Yep, cool play, though.
I probably thought it would do more.
And there's the Slark Ags. This is power play time now for Aster. They're behind by 2K, but I actually think they're stronger right now. Morph doesn't have Ags yet. Monet is massively farmed, and they have the tools to set him up for success. They have multiple catches. And they will gate down here and try to contest this Roche.
Oh, wow. Roche is already at half
double
HP.
Damage.
Yep.
This is spicy.
Quinn, okay, the XXS actually initiates on the creeps and Roche, much to his chagrin. And now Gaiman with a halfback. I'm sure that they will not fully back from this.
That Hawk saved Quinn's life. Without that, he does not blink out there with the Beastman or with the axe coming in. So and they're going to keep killing the Hawks. And now we have our favorite part of the game.
What do we call this?
We call it a walk in the forest.
That's not good. We need a better name. Right now, we'll just call it the Roche Stalemate, but I don't like that either. It's a standoff. Something standoff. Gaben standoff. Something like that.
Why Gaben?
I don't know. It's because I like saying his name. No, Roche slowly regenning. And it is going to be... He's not actually going anywhere.
Pretending he wants to go home, but...
That was a long leash there.
What do you think is his favorite? What do you think is his actual home, and which one's the summer house?
This one's the summer house. It's daytime. Okay, Monet, he jumps right in. Trying to go for Quinn, who's actually just stuck here, but Monet has to back away despite having the ult now. Quinn able to blink out, trying to finish off the Slark, and they do so with the impetus. Big kill for Gaming, but on the other side, they get Dyrachyo as well from Aster. So both position ones are dead. BKB's already popped on the side of Aster, though. As you can hear, the onslaught being queued up, but it's going to be stunned and canceled by the blast off. And now the buyback from Siamese Cat as Quinn continuing to do damage from afar. And XXS looks like he's going to be falling here, although the Butler's coming to save the day. Axes from Ace are going to be too much to withstand, I think. Impetus as well. And Baboka actually blinks right in, wants to fight this apparently. But Ace, or Aster I should say, just dropping like flies. Baboka falls. Finally, Quinn is taken out by Sumail, but that cost him his life in addition.
That was just a really uncoordinated initiation from Aster. I don't really understand what they were trying to do. So the Slark jumps the Queen of Pain and fights her alone for like 10 seconds, and then the axe call finally comes in, and Monet is too low to fight. Like, look at this fight. He's non-stop. That Sonic, first of all, really good to push Sumail away, but this, it's just too late, right? Like, Monet, the most important hero, ends up dying at the beginning of the fight, and Aster kind of grasp at straws after this. I cannot believe they killed Dyrachyo somehow. He's obviously very disappointed with that. He should not have died under any circumstances with how that started out. So it could have been even worse, but yeah, just one of the problems that we feel like Aster have had in this tournament is that their team coordination on moves is just not up to the level of other teams sometimes, and that one was just case in point for that. I feel like other teams would have got that quap kill there and really built a fight around it. Just didn't quite make it in.
Yeah, and that means Aegis is now on Dyrachyo, which is probably the best player in Dota to have an Aegis on because he likes to go deep, let's just say. And finally, Aster get their Tormentor. So we're going to see the Pugna Shard.
Best.
Gaiman not interested in going for theirs, apparently.
Dyrachyo is definitely a hyper-aggressive carry. We've talked about this, how, you know, sometimes he makes moments. He makes facepalm moments and he embraces them himself, where he just goes too far or messes something up because he's really trying to push the limits, but also probably doesn't get celebrated enough how hard it is to play against a player like that because of the amount of pressure he exerts on the map at all times.
Yeah, doing things that are
duality
unexpected.
Of Dyrachyo. It's a modern-day Envy.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, that doesn't...
No, I know what you're saying, and I agree on some level, but that was an extreme.
I mean, Envy was the extreme.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he's the 10, if it's on a scale of 10, Dyrachyo's like a 7, maybe, in the Envy scale.
But a lot of carries, I would say, are like a 4.
Yeah.
So, it's like closer than many. And that was the exact thing about Envy that fans loved to watch because he had these polarizing games. Some games he was like the best player in the world, and other games was like, what the hell is Envy doing? And that's entertaining.
It is.
And Dyrachyo has those sometimes, but I would say he's definitely a tamer version. He's more
really
stable.
Missed my 60-minute Envy games where he just has, what, like 40k gold that he can't spend because he's been 8 slotted forever now.
But it definitely is something interesting to like look at and appreciate how it works in their team dynamic for gaming Gladiators, because it's like some people would just be like, yeah, Dyrachyo, he's all right, but the other players are, you know, the stars, they're the guys carrying him or whatever. You don't understand team dynamics in that case. Like, if he wasn't carrying his weight, they wouldn't be playing with the guy. So the way that he plays the map and what he offers for this team in terms of like aggression and map movement and overall pressure, and the amount of damage he takes, which is actually a criticism I have about a lot of carries in Dota, is that they don't take enough attention. Because I think soaking up damage as carry is inherently incredibly valuable. You're very farmed, so you have a lot of EHP. You want to put it to use. You want to make the enemy team hit you, but not die. And some carries, especially historically, have been very passive and been like, everybody else going in front of me, I'll clean up. It is very, very valuable to be a carry going in first.
That is a very good point. Very good point. For once.
Thank you. Good one.
Gaiman with a 6k lead. They get the tier 2 tower.
I guess they're going to keep this going. They have the Aegis.
Absolutely.
Dyrachyo rocking the top net worth together with the Beastmaster of Ace. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, the Pine Cone is deep in the bowels of Aster's base now with that seed shot.
Giving some good info.
And the Golem.
Canceling Axis Blink.
Yeah, that's true. That is very valuable. Siege still alive, but probably not for long. One more mine from Techies. Tower is deniable. But the initiation from XXS, can they take out the Morphling in time? Not even close. Pulverized from Sumail, but he's basically alone right now. We'll have to onslaught back to the high ground. And Gaiman, they haven't used anything. So I'm sure they feel confident to go in with the next wave.
I think they did pop their pipe, right? So at the very least, that is used.
And the slow siege continues. Sumail jumps back in with the trample, has to pop the BKB after the Hurricane Pike comes out. Roar onto the Enchantress. That's the wrong team, Cinderin. Good effort, though.
Oh my god. No, he has to ult.
The just don't have enough. Range Rax goes down. Fortification now from Aster. I think that might have been the second roar of the game. Am I wrong?
It's actually crazy. Despite Ace roaring his own position 5, they still win that fight and get a lane of Rax. Absolutely incredible sabotage was not enough. Agent Ace cannot carry Aster across the finish line in that team fight. Unfortunate.
I don't know what, my eyes deceived me or something.
I mean, to be fair, Primal Beast and Ench both look pretty similar.
Oh, Monet, he wants to fight despite them losing the racks here.
Sumail is just
Is he deep? He's going to onslaught back to the other side. Miscommunication potentially from the team as Sumail dies. And now Baboka and Monet have to try to run away, but XXS, he wants to fight again. But will they be able to get away even? I don't think so. Monet just ticks out, and this is not looking good for Aster. Game it feels very uncoordinated. Sumail goes in by himself, and XXS goes in by himself.
Yeah, it's
GG's called.
They can't defend. They only have Axe buyback. They'll push this base in 20 seconds without any issues. So
My
very
goodness.
one-sided.
They're not on the same page in these fights. That is very evident.
That's honestly, that's the most disappointing thing about this.